Hello there. It's been a while. A few weeks ago we had a big snow. Temperatures were absolutely frigid. We got in the negatives a few days and all the parks closed. And they will stay closed, of course, until the snow melts on the roads and they can reopen. Well, earlier this week we had a few days above freezing and a few of the parks started to open. And so I jumped on that. One of the first ones was my favorite park in Missouri, Hawn State Park, which is where I am right now. So I booked a couple of backcountry sites and figured I'd spend 3 days out here on the Whispering Pines Trail. Camp at a couple of campsites that I've never camped at before. Sorry, I really can't look at the camera right now. It's kind of tricky footing. I'm on the Pickle Creek Trail, and if you've been on it, you know what I'm talking about. And this snow is hard-packed and icy right now. I'm excited. Man, this is really slow going. There is so much ice on these rocks. I'm ordering micro spikes before I do another trip like this. It'd sure help now. Made it. Backcountry site number 2. Jackie stayed here when she came out with a couple of friends on her second backpacking trip. I've never been here. Looks nice. I think I pitched camp under that large cedar. Kind of mash down the snow, get the tent out. I've got an hour and a half till sunset. I left after work today, so I knew my time was short. You all probably know this, but just in case this could help someone, the ground is frozen. There's no getting a stake in it. So what you do is you take your tent stakes, put them under the snow, pile a bunch of snow on top of it, and compact it. They're not easy to get out in the morning, but this will work. You have to give the snow a little bit of time to set up, and it'll be good. All right, there she is. Now to get everything inside and get it set up. There we go, home for the night. As long as you compact the snow, it's about like concrete. You could sit in it. Brought a chair because who wants to sit on the snow? So now that I've stopped moving, I'm starting to get cold, and it's time to put on some more clothes and then I'll get around to making dinner. And after that, I'll probably read a little bit. I'm not going to have a fire tonight. And of course, I will have an early night. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, I'm heating up water for dinner now. Tonight's dinner, jambalaya with shrimp. That sounds good, especially on a cold night. I hope it's spicy. So once I mix the hot water into here, it usually takes 10 to 15 minutes for it to hydrate. And I have this insulated bag, and I'll just drop it into here, and it should be piping hot by the time it's ready to eat. So after backpacking with Jackie and seeing how all of her luxury items worked out for her, like she has that insulated bag, I ended up getting one. I got a flex tail pump to pump up my air pad. I don't remember what else, but pretty much I went after all the luxury items because, man, it makes a difference. Yeah, you're carrying more stuff, but we're really not going far, so it's worth it. This may be actually the first time I've camped on snow. Gosh, I don't remember the last time I've done it, but I would bet it's been since I was a teenager, possibly. It's been a long, long time. I'm having a blast. It is so much fun out here. I need to get out. I mean, we don't get a lot of snow that sticks around in Missouri, not often. But when we do, I have got to get out and make the most of it. It's really fun. Well, that insulating pouch worked really well. This is steamy hot. Looks like it might be spicy. Or hot. That's good. That's real good. I'm gonna have dinner. Get back to you guys in a bit. Dinner was delicious. I'm all warm inside now. Instead of hot chocolate, I brought some bone broth if I want a warm drink later this evening. Snow really works well for cleaning dishes. Yeah, it looks good. Well, it's still kind of early, but I'm quite cold, especially my feet. So it's time for me to crawl under that quilt and start warming it up. I'll say goodnight to you now. See you in the morning. Good morning. It's after 6. The sun's not up yet, and the moon's still actually in the sky. But I've had all the sleep I can get, that's for sure. I made a mistake on this trip and brought the single wall tent, which is a nylon tent, and I really didn't think about it. I should have brought a freestanding tent or a double wall tent. The condensation was really, really bad last night, and so my tent material absorbed a lot of water and sagged, and it was eventually, by the middle of the night, laying mostly across the top of my feet and my head, and just everything soaking wet. But we'll be okay for tonight. I mean, the quilt was still warm. I was still warm. So it's all good. It's just made a bad choice on tents. And my freestanding tent would have been bigger, which would have given me more room. So, you know, man, I always think I've got it figured out, but I really never seem to have it dialed in. I'm going to go ahead and start packing up, and then hopefully it'll brighten up here a little bit, and we'll get some coffee and breakfast going. Yay, the sun's starting to come up. That's pretty. I can see the moon in the valley to my right and the sunrise in the valley to my left. Kind of on this little ridge. It's really pretty here. I like campsite number 2. It's sheltered. This is kind of in a cedar hardwood mix. A lot of cedars, big cedars here. and then surrounded by pines to the east of me. So it's really pretty and feels sheltered too. And you're not far from water actually here too. I like this campsite. Okay, so I gave Jackie my old Jetboil, and she bought a French press that goes in it, and she prefers that coffee, so she gave me her old pour over. I've never had pour over coffee, but it has to be better than instant. I've had several different brands of instant coffee, and I just don't like any of them. So I'm going to try pour over coffee today. I'm a little bit worried about the mess. You know, how am I going to clean it up before I get it in my pack? I'll figure it out. And then I have some oatmeal, and it's pretty good daylight right now. Finish packing up. See you on the trail. Just got to camp, site 8. It's really early, it's only 1:30. That's good because I'd like some time to relax today. I'm exhausted. I forgot how much extra effort it takes to walk through snow. But first things first, I'm gonna have to pitch camp, then I can relax. Well, I've got 2 potential sites. This one's really appealing because the sun's been on it and it's clear. It's really sloping downhill though. And I know from experience, I would have a rotten night if I camped here. This site is still slopey, but it's the closest to level I could find in this area. The whole thing kind of runs downhill. So, same thing as last night. I'll compact the snow and then pitch the tent. Well, I ended up compacting a huge area. You can fit a 6-man tent in here. Goes from here to here, back to here. Once I started compacting it, I could get a better idea of how the slope is on the ground. And I just don't see a really good orientation for the tent on this slope. So I'm thinking it'd probably be head to toe, uphill to downhill. I was looking at this little, like a little low depression, but it's slushy. It must be kind of warm out here. I noticed this morning it was snow and ice, and then as the day progressed, it became kind of slushy snow. So I don't know what the temp is, but it's comfortable, that's for sure. All right, so I'm gonna come back to this spot. After compacting all the snow, the slope is about the same between the 2 spots, and this one will be easier to deal with. I'm hoping I could get my stakes into the ground here, and it was just that the snow this morning was solid chunks of ice where I compacted it around the tent stakes, and it was really difficult to dig out. So I won't have to deal with that if I sleep over here. So I think that's the plan. All right, tent's pitched. I staked out the 2 guys on the 2 ends. Hopefully that'll keep it from sagging down on top of me during the night. This tent is soaking wet. Just from my breathing last night, it was so much condensation. And hoping what I'm going to do is open it up and hopefully it'll dry out before tonight. Not saying I won't do the same thing tonight, but we'll see. It won't be as cold tonight, I'm guessing, based on the temperature today. It was so cold last night. I'm looking forward to slightly warmer temps hopefully tonight. All right, so I'm gonna make a bone broth. This is really a comfort drink right here. It's chicken bone broth, and it's perfect for this kind of weather. I just checked the temperature. Actually, we're at 52, which we haven't seen the 50s in so long. It's amazing. Down to 21 tonight, so it'll still be pretty chilly. But we're 20 degrees warmer than we were yesterday today, so I'll take that. It's nice. Does make walking around here kind of squishy, but that's okay. What a fantastic day. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, I've never nicknamed any piece of gear before, or car, or anything like that. So this tent, I am definitely going to name Saggy. And hopefully that will help me remember that it's only good when the temperatures are warm and the weather's dry. Other than that, never bring it. So, Saggy the tent. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just enjoying this day. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's super windy though, and the wind in the pines is really noisy. And I just happen to glance over to my right, and there's this big, beautiful doe, maybe 30 feet away from where I'm sitting right now. And when I turned over to look at her, she stopped and she looked at me, and she never did get concerned. She was curious. And she's staring at me and I'm staring at her. And then she just sort of casually wandered away over the next few minutes. She kept looking back at me and trying to figure out probably the tent and everything, what this is all about. That was so cool. I've got to keep that camera in my hands all the time. It's kind of early for dinner. It's 4:30, but my boots are no longer waterproof and my boots and socks are soaking wet. So tonight's dinner, venison country casserole, ground deer in a creamy sauce with rice and vegetables. That sounds delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and then, even though it's early, I'm gonna crawl under that quilt and warm up and read for a while. So I'll probably say goodnight now, and we'll see you in the morning for the hike out. It's a beautiful pine forest. You don't see this much in Missouri. It's a great place to spend the night. All right, we're just going to finish up the North Loop and then back to the car. I'm really learning a lot. I was thinking about this last night. I think I really haven't been out in these snowy conditions since I was a teenager, other than like, skiing and stuff, but not like backpacking. So I'm learning a lot. Micro spikes are definitely going on my list before I do this again. It's icy today. We had the big melting yesterday and then a freeze last night. So it's really icy, and the micro spikes would be beneficial. I'm learning a few things about like my clothing, layering system, and stuff like that too. So this has really been a good trip. I'm enjoying it. Glad I had this opportunity. Well, we're back at the trailhead. I had a great time. That was a good experience and I learned a lot. Thanks for coming along. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.